Djokovic-Nadal will be the final of the championships. Steve, we are not that surprised, but what do you think of the semi-finals we saw today?
Well, I thought that was a spectacular match. Some of the tennis played by Djokovic and Tsonga, and it all turned obviously at the end of the first set when Djokovic broke back. Tsonga served for the set. If he could have closed that set out, that might have been a different match. But I thought they played the more brilliant points. But I thought Nadal played a great strategic match against Andy Murray, as he always does, to come from behind and win that one in 4 sets. I think we did pretty well. I was hoping for 2 5-setters, and I was predicting 2 5-setters for Nadal and Djokovic. It didn't happen, but I think we have the right 2 guys in the finals, the 2 best players in the world.
Yes, number 1 and number 2, even if now they are not the same number 1 and number 2 that we had yesterday. At least on Monday, the new number 1 will be Djokovic, whatever happens on Sunday, which sometimes is provoking some confusion in the public opinion.
Exactly, and I'll never forget sitting with you in the press section in 1999 when Andre Agassi had won the French Open, made the finals here and lost to Sampras, but went up to number 1.
Correct, correct.
And we were laughing about how strange that is. It could be similar here, because Nadal, if he beats Djokovic on Sunday, he'll have the French and Wimbledon. Djokovic will have only Australia and, granted, a lot of other titles, but most people will think of Nadal still being the best in the world, and yet Djokovic will go to number 1 in the world.
Correct, correct. And Nadal has won 16 times and lost 11 to Djokovic, but this year he has lost the 4 times he played.
Yes.
So it's not easy to make a prediction, even if you have to consider Nadal is playing 5 finals almost consecutive. I say almost because 1 year he didn't come, but the last 5 years he came. Every time he made the final,
right,
which is quite an achievement, because I mean McEnroe have done it, Borg has done it, Federer has done it, but Sampras, for instance, didn't do it because he lost in '96. So even if he won 7 times, he didn't play 5 finals in a row.
Right, right. That's true. No, it's a great achievement for Nadal to do that, and I think we got to remember he lost the first 2 to Federer in '06 and '07, then beat Federer in the Epic in '08. Yeah. Then he couldn't come back in 2009, and he won the title last year. So his record at Wimbledon is astounding.
Yes, and still we have to consider he's only 25 years old. I mean, he's young, and he doesn't seem to be willing to quit like Borg did.
But there's another thing, and I may live to regret this, but I'm ready to make a prediction because I believe that Nadal is going to win this tournament. He's never lost in best of 5 to Djokovic. He beat him here at Wimbledon in an abbreviated match because Djokovic retired in 2007 in the semifinals. He come off 2 long matches. But he also has beaten him 3 times at the French and in the US Open final a year ago. I still think he's the better big occasion player, and I think he's better in best of 5. We're going to find out. It's going to be the hardest assignment for him maybe that he's had in his career, to come off 4 straight losses against a key rival, and 2 of them on clay, 2 on hard. But somehow I believe Nadal will win here on the grass.
I must agree with you. I must agree with you because, for instance, today I noticed that Nadal, when he lost the first set, what happened afterwards? In the second and third set, he played, he serves 9 times, 8 times, and he lost 9 points. So always 15. He gave 1-15 for each game when he served, which is unbelievable because he didn't have in front someone who doesn't know how to return. Murray is probably one of the best return in the world.
Yes, and I think that Nadal has just played very, very well the last 3 matches. Del Potro, Marty Fish, and now Murray. All 4 setters, but all first-rate performances from Rafael Nadal.
Yeah, since Murray lost at that point when he was up 2-1 and he had 15-30 and he missed a forehand, yeah. Then he had a terrible series, I mean a terrible streak, because he lost 25 points out of 32 or something like that. I mean, it's unbelievable.
It was a bad stretch for him, and he never really recovered, although he played better in the 4th than he did in the 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah.
Because the crowd kept urging him on, kept screaming out, "Come on, Andy," relentlessly, and I think it raised his spirits enough to just keep him hanging in there. But Nadal is so tough mentally that you cannot, it's really hard to disrupt his rhythm.
Okay, we hope to see a great final. Whoever will win, it will be a number 1.